Between 2005 and 2014, ASER provided nationally representative estimates of schooling and learning every year. Since 2016, the major nationwide ASER has been conducted every alternate year, with the survey in gap years focused on a different aspect of schooling and learning. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted this 15-year tradition. But in the current scenario, it is essential to understand the impact of the pandemic on schooling and learning opportunities for children across India. ASER 2020 was therefore adapted to a phone survey format that could be conducted in multiple waves in order to capture the effects of the pandemic on different aspects of children's education. ASER 2020, the first phone survey in ASER history. The first wave of ASER 2020 was designed to explore the provision of and access to remote education mechanisms and modes in rural India. Carried out in September 2020, the ASER 2020 Wave 1 phone survey reached a nationally representative set of households and schools in 30 states and union territories. A sample of 52,227 households was surveyed, covering 59,251 children in the age group of 5 to 16. In addition, information was collected from about 9,000 schools. The 2020 Wave 1 survey collected information on 2018 data indicators such as school enrollment and smartphone access and additional information to understand the impact of the pandemic on children's learning opportunities. How has school enrollment changed since 2018? National level data from ASER 2020 shows a small shift in the proportion of children, both boys and girls, attending government schools as compared to data from 2018. However, there is significant variation in patterns across states, with some states showing significant drops in private school enrollment and others where enrollment in private schools has shot up. Global estimates suggest that the consequences of the pandemic could include more children dropping out of school. While the true picture will only be known once schools reopen, ASER 2020 shows that among both boys and girls, increases in the proportion of children not enrolled are visible mostly among the youngest children, probably because families are waiting for schools to reopen to seek admission. Smartphone access has increased enormously in the last 2 years. While in 2018, 36.5% of those who had phones had smartphones, this figure stands at 61.8% in 2020. The percentage point increase is similar to households of children enrolled in government and private schools. While schools are closed, children rely mainly on the resources available at home to help them learn. These resources could be family members, technology, or learning materials such as textbooks. ASER 2020 shows that whether acquired before or after school closures in March 2020, more than 80% children have textbooks for their current grade. This proportion is higher among students enrolled in government than in private schools. However, in some states, this figure is below 50%. Relatively few students in school today are first-generation schoolgoers, implying more opportunity for parental support. More than 3 out of 4 children have at least one parent who has completed primary school, and more than a quarter have both parents who have studied beyond class 9. ASER 2020 data shows that regardless of parents' education level, families are investing significant effort in supporting children's learning. About 75% children get some kind of help in studying at home from different family members, depending on the grade level of the child. For example, older siblings help more in higher grades and mothers help more in lower grades. Even among families where both parents have little or no schooling themselves, more than half of all children receive help at home from family members. In addition, about 30% children take paid private tuition. Governments and others have used a variety of mechanisms to share diverse learning materials with students during school closures. ASER 2020 asked whether households had accessed or received any such materials from children's schools in the week prior to the survey in September 2020. Overall, about 1/3 of enrolled children had received some form of learning materials or activities other than textbooks from their teachers during the week preceding the survey. This figure, however, varies immensely across the country, with more than 85% children having received such activities in some states. This proportion was higher in higher grades than in lower ones, and higher among students in private schools than in government schools. Regardless of school type, WhatsApp was the most common medium through which activities and materials were received. However, this proportion was much higher among children in private schools than those in government schools. On the other hand, children in government schools were much more likely to have received materials through personal contact with a teacher than those in private schools, either when the teacher visited the household or else when a household member visited the school. Among the roughly 2/3 of all households that reported not having received learning materials during the reference week, the majority said that the schools had not sent any materials. Overall, 70% households reported that children did some learning activity in the reference week. In both government and private schools, traditional teaching materials like textbooks and workbooks were used the most. Online resources were used more by private school children. In addition to the household sample, USSR 2020 received responses from about 9,000 schools. 50% teachers reported that they had received some training to conduct remote teaching and learning activities. And about 2/3 of the school respondents reported that they had shared learning materials in the reference week. Most interestingly, across the country, 70% schools responded that they had reached out to the community to get help in reaching children. They reported receiving help from a variety of sources, including village heads, Anganwadi workers, NGOs, and others. Families reported that about 1/3 of all children's teachers had been in touch with households in the reference week. However, more educated parents have more contact with the school. USSR Wave 1 survey helped understand variations in schooling status between 2018 and 2020 and provided a glimpse into the inputs and activities children were exposed to during school closures. Areas that need attention, such as potential learning loss, especially for children with low engagement with activities and weak home support, would need to be emphasized as systems begin to re-engage children in learning. When schools reopen, it will be important to continue to monitor who goes back to school, as well as to understand whether there is learning loss as compared to the previous year. Parents' increasing levels of education can be integrated into planning for learning improvement of children, as advocated by NEP. Elder siblings can also play an important role. Children are doing a variety of different activities at home. Effective ways of hybrid learning need to be developed that combine these with traditional teaching learning. An in-depth assessment of what works and how is needed to improve digital content and delivery for the future. Expectedly, children from families who had low education and also did not have resources like smartphones were more deprived of learning opportunities. But even among such households, there is evidence that family members and schools try to help. These children will need even more help than others when schools reopen.